Can you hear the music? And like, well, because you may be hearing it like faintly in the background, and it would suck if you are. If that's how you're hearing it. In any event, Vigilante Williamson here on the 58th episode of my show, the Vigilante Williamson Show. It is June 10th, Thursday, June 10th, and I hope you're having a happy one. Hope everything's good for you and yours, wherever you are across this globe, or flat Earth if you prefer. We're not trying to infringe on anyone's belief. It's an inclusive YouTube stream. Believe what you want, right? Free to believe as you want. Hell, Darius Munchausen. Wookiee lives matter. They do. Just another red shirt. He's not just another red shirt. He's the red shirt. Robert Hale. Ephemerid Ice Wolf. The Nightwing of the channel. Please sub to Ephemerid Ice Wolf. The Stream Elements bot. Shilling stuff. Appreciate you shilling. Appreciate all you guys' support. I've had a lot of support the past week. I've been doing a lot of streams, obviously. I'm off for a little bit, so I've been taking the time to do a lot of streams. Haven't done as many videos as I like. I've been a bit injured, so I just haven't felt like moving and like sitting down and live streaming. And I guess I could sit down and edit, but I don't know, just stress. But today I'm feeling a little bit better. Got more people shuffling in the chat. Inferior. Hello, people. Hail Rajesh Taylor. Always classy. Brutal Morning Wood. Sometimes you have it. Here's what it is. Appreciate it. The numbers aren't quite accurate on YouTube. This is not a surprise. It does that. I've been in other people's streams where they talk about how, it doesn't show, because it shows like good 9 and 10 of you guys in the chat, but I only see 4 people. We'll see. We have quite a bit to talk about. Potential budget cuts at Warner and Discovery. Gal Gadot not being in the Flash, maybe. The Shang-Chi guy denouncing how overwhelmingly white producers of a Canadian sitcom are. The Lord of the Rings anime. And of course, the headline, the main event topic, is your friend and mine, Jeffery Toobin, returning to the greatest network ever, CNN. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. Just want to clarify. Before we get into any of that, I want to talk about this interesting story I saw. I was going to play the video, but I thought against it because of I already have this copyright claim of AEW, and we are fighting back against the oppressive regime of Phony Khan. That's neither here nor there. I didn't want to push it. So this luckily has a bit of a transcript, this Deadline article. But Caityn Jenner, as a guest on The View, refuses to say who won the U.S. selection last year. And this is not really about that, but I find it interesting how the media literally created Caityn Jenner. They used Caityn Jenner to virtue signal, and they made this person the woman of the year. This former Olympic male athlete, they made him the woman of the year. They used them as a way of setting the standard for how transgenders should be viewed in this country. And this is not anything to be oppressive or antagonistic towards that group. But it is to say that Caityn Jenner is a complete media creation. And Caityn Jenner has been, in my opinion, responsible for the proliferation of transgender, excuse me. And yet now, because they don't agree with their politics, they're being attacked regularly. And of course, this person is running for governor in California's expected recall election. Now, I don't know what their chances are. Probably minimal. But this is what happened when they were on The View. Caityn Jenner, running for governor in California's expected recall election, once again took to a national platform to promote her campaign when she appeared on ABC's The View. So they respect their pronouns, at least. One of the questions she faced came from Joy Behar, who asked her about whether or not Donald Trump won the election. I'm going to edit all that crap because, you know, are you one of those Republicans? Behar responded. And Jenner said that I'm not going to get into that. It's over with. I think that Donald Trump did some good things. What I like about Donald Trump is that he was a disruptor. Behar harped on it, interrupted. Did he win? Did he win the election? And Jenner said, I want to go in and be a thoughtful disruptor in Sacramento. We need change to the system. I want to change the system for the positive. And then the segment ended. During the segment, Jenner criticized everyone's favorite governor, next to Schittmer, Gavin Newsom, for handling the coof pandemic. If you remember, they were eating at fancy restaurants while shutting down businesses, and fancy Nancy Pelosi going to salons while Nerdrotic's wife had to shut down her business, if you remember. Just want to bring that back up. This is part of the reason Gavin is getting recalled, all of the shittiness he did, the complete dictatorship he ran. I mean, that's just being frank. Behar's question was triggered by the polls showing a significant share of Republicans back Trump's claim that the selection was stolen from him, even though the courts, oh Lord. This is, you know what? I don't get bent up on the selection process because I think it was all a work and a psyop. A lot of you, it's a kind of, it's a far out. It's not really far out. You consider every president's been selected. I've thought of Trump as controlled opposition, and this whole thing being a work to work people up into things. So the selection went exactly as planned. It was supposed to look. So some of the people, so a good portion of the country question it, and honestly, if you look at just what happened, and my, the greatest city on God's green earth, I don't care what anyone says, Detroit, Michigan, and Philadelphia, they literally did not honor the having both parties there, and there were literal, and in the case of Detroit, there were actual threats to members of the board to certify. So there was a lot of fuckery. There's an audit that people want out, I think in Arizona. I've not been keeping up with the continuation of it. But there's a significant reason to question, is my point. And this is just, I'm just bringing up cursory stuff. I don't think it should be so shamed, but of course that's, at least in this world, the media is going to shame everyone. And so clearly they're trying to discredit this person's, their candidacy. And again, they created Caityn Jenner. The media did. So, Jenner sidestepped the question about trans athlete in student sports. She opposed trans girls playing on girls' teams, and then when asked about it, she called it a small issue. It is a small issue. I mean, who cares that women's sports are going to die? Like, I don't care. I like women's MMA. I don't want you to fuck that up. Women's tennis is interesting. But don't fuck it up. But I don't really care that, women's sports are dying. You know what I mean? What do you get if you're such a wild feminist that you end up destroying your own sports?
Get what you fucking deserve.
So the death of women's sports are completely on feminism and on women. So I think that's, the women's sports dying, or get what you effing deserve. And what is going on with this YouTube counter? It's telling me there's only 2 people in this chat. Yeah, I see like 100 different names. Come on, guys. Come on, YouTube. This is crazy. What is going on in the chat? So, is it just for Jesh? And let me actually read some of the chat. Maybe I haven't been reading and you guys have left. But what is going on with this YouTube count? I see at least, let me count the names. Okay. Darius, Wookie, Red Shirt, Robert, that's 4. Oh, no, that's 3. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think Infantry already saw. So I got at least 8. 9 for Noble Iro. So okay, eight or nine. Should be 8 or 9. So you see 8. Okay, as long as you see 8 on my end, and it could be on release with the crack, so that makes it about 10. But people could have left. So maybe it's the stream yards and it's not the actual stream. As a matter of fact, that's bugging me. If it's just stream yards and YouTube has it correct, cool. But I just gotta check for my own safety, and I apologize for disrupting the stream for that. But I'm just looking, I'm like, this is not right. So I'm just gonna open up a window so I can monitor the stream from YouTube itself, from the control room. Still showing only 3 concurrent viewers on this end. So I don't know. Yeah, Brutal Morningwood gets 3. Rajesh saw 8. But we know it's more than 3 people here. It's okay. Either way, please hit the like button. Please share. Clearly, YouTube is messing with me. And if you want to, always obligated, or not always obligated. It's obligated. Must pay me. No, not Twitch streamers selling bathwater. Always appreciated. Never obligated. You can super chat. The Twitch bot or the stream bot is always telling you there you go. Stream Elements. Since your dildo doesn't like stream elements, but I like stream elements. So if you want a tip, just a tip. Or if you want to say something, you ramble, it's up to you. Never obligated, always appreciate it. So let's just get back into the story. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to show the interview. But my only main thing is, again, I kind of gave my thoughts on selection. I have maybe when I said Trump was control opposition, that got people upset, but he was a guy who was golfing with the Clintons the year before golfing with the Clintons and talking with the Clintons the year before or actually the same year, I believe, he announced his candidacy for presidency. Not to say he didn't do some good things, but I mean, he definitely was used as a lightning rod and as a boogeyman that behind which they're pushing a lot of evil Marxism. And again, the real story, at least from this point, is just that Caityn Jenner was created by the media, and they were a symbol of, I mean, you couldn't criticize Caityn Jenner. You must be transphobic, this, that, and the third. And nowadays, they're destroying this person. Let's look at some of the comments say, just out of curiosity. Jenner's pure slime, sleazy and shameless, as the rest of the socialist egomaniac. Can't imagine who's going to vote for her. And benefit of the doubt, don't like her platform. Those who like her platform don't care for her. Who gives a shit about what Caityn Jenner has to say about anything? Oh, Jesus. And yeah, so people, of course, pro Biden, even though he's destroying everything. But that's neither here nor there. There are people hiding. Maybe. But hell, Brutal Morningwood, hell, Noble Iro. Just hell, release the McCracken. Doesn't matter how many people are in here. I appreciate anyone who shows up, even for a second. And yeah, Newsom is funded by Getty and the power for left-wing elites. It must blow their mind for a transgender to be slightly conservative. Yeah, I'm sure. Even feminists know men do everything better, even being a woman. LOL. Wookie. Awesome. And then in response to that, Brutal Morningwood says, funny that you should mention that, Wookie. We used to spend Mother's Day with my dad because he was, I quote, the biggest mother of them all. Yeah. So, all right, we will go to the next story, which is, you kind of have to read between the lines, and I want to shout out Clownfish because they did a video on it and inspired me wanting to talk about it. But Warner Media is going to be dealing with a lot of job cuts, which, if you remember last year, it was a bloodbath. I think 35,000 people lost their job in association with Warner, and more are coming with this merger. Discovery CFO talks Warner Media merger deal and cost cutting. There's so much structural efficiency potential in the combination. Discovery CFO Gunnar Wiedenfels told an investor conference, which is, I mean, if you read between the lines, that tells you right there. But let's go into the article. Discovery CFO Gunnar Wiedenfels sees the merger of his company and AT&T's Warner Media, allowing for a big increase in content investment owing to cost-cutting synergies available to both sides of the deal, meaning redundant positions will probably be eliminated. There's so much structure efficiency potential in the combination that we can afford to make those content investments and get a much more beneficial financial profile, Wiedenfels told the virtual Evercore ISI inaugural TMT conference during a session that was webcast. With the Discovery CFO set to play a key role in the critical integration of Discovery and Warner Media units, Wiedenfels asked how both companies can best capture value creation from their mega merger. The company, this is the key. The companies expect $3 billion in cost-cutting synergies. Cost-cutting synergies means eliminating positions that are the same. That's what it means, synergies. That's such a, like, the way they talk about human beings' jobs. And I'm not saying, hey, if you're a company, you got to do what you got to do, I guess, especially because this company, this merger between Warner Media and Discovery is only sale bait. It's going to be sold to the highest bidder, either Apple or Amazon or whoever it is. But why do you have to, like, I guess this is the best way to talk, but this is just, it's inhuman. I've just, when I went for a tech job and I didn't get it, but I would be in all these meetups and stuff with all these like marketers, and they really talked like human beings weren't human. It was really unsettling and sociopathic. They talked about peer pressuring people into things and basically psychologically manipulating people into buying stuff. It was very creepy, or clicking on something. What we're going to be able to create, back to the article, what we're going to be able to create is a super deep, super broad library with content that has amazing consumer appeal, and it's going to be one of those most complete offerings in the direct-to-consumer space, Wiedenfels told the virtual Evercore conference. The Discovery CFO added both partners were set to invest heavily in content for the joint venture, while the cost-cutting potential was high from eliminating duplication of technological and marketing expenses. As examples in their respective business plan, I have no doubt we'll be able to come up with very compelling product with super top line economics and margin profile. Oh my goodness, this is so investor speak. We're almost done though. And as a margin profile that will benefit them from the elimination of this duplication. So the marketing department for either of those companies, you guys are going to get whacked. Under the terms of the deal, AT&T will spin off entertainment arm Warner Media, combining it with Discovery, creating a TV, film, and streaming powerhouse to be led by Discovery CEO David Zaslav. AT&T's Warner Media owns the like of, and this is all the crap they own. Was it? I'll go through it. Warner Brothers Studio, HBO, streaming service HBO Max, the Turner Cable Networks, including CNN, TNT, and TBS. Discovery's reality TV heavy properties include Discovery Channel, HGTV, TLC, Food Network, OWN, and Animal Planet. Wiedenfels told the investor conference, Discovery will invest at a record pace in content for the wake of the Warner Media deal. We will be spending more on content this year than ever before. We are investing heavily. So let's see. Let me see. What is it? Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Rajesh, Josh Duggar, and allegation. Whatever happened with that? And Wookiee. In what way are you using someone? Just, I don't think it's, sex is a mutual thing. Maybe they want to bring burritos. But if you feel bad about it, maybe it is wrong. If you're asking, maybe it is wrong. I'm not sure. I don't think I should be using anyone's moral compass, Wookiee. But hey, I wish I was getting food and sex right now. But that's neither here nor there. I'm here with you. Speaking of sex, Gal Gadot, because she's sexy, she apparently is not going to be Wonder Woman in the Flash. I'm not sure if Wonder Woman is even going to be in the Flash. Wonder Woman cameo that is speculated to happen in the Flash. Guarantee. I guess I didn't really talk about the last article. Didn't really seem like there was much interest in the last article, I guess. But Warner Media is going to cut a lot of jobs. That's what that meant. That was a very nice way of saying Warner Media is going to cut a lot of jobs. Usually, I try to talk about the article, but this week was pretty active, and this is one of the least active chats I've had all week, and I'm a little shocked But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Wonder Woman cameo that speculates happening in the Flash isn't guaranteed, but neither is the involvement of Gal Gadot if it does happen. A giant freaking robot reports there's a new exclusive that their trust and proven source tells them that somebody else is playing Wonder Woman in the Andy Muschietti directed picture. Faith McKay reports. Now, our trusted and proven source. Trusted and proven sources are no one likes to hear sources. Sources is an outright buzzword right now. Has shared something fairly surprising with us. We're going to see a different version of Wonder Woman in the Flash. I wonder if it will be a race swap one or gender swap one. This is just two things. One, that Gadot has lost the role, which is highly unlikely. Second, DC Films is predicting the unpredicted ability of the multiverse paradise to introduce a new Wonder Woman. I wonder if they'll introduce that the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl, because they seem to be doing something for her. So maybe that's it. Third possibility is Gadot has scheduling conflicts, and Wonder Woman ends up with a Superman-like cameo, or cameo like Superman Shazam. If you remember in Shazam, they did a Superman cameo, but it wasn't Henry Cavill. They just had a body double in the suit, and they didn't show his face. If this rumor does end up being true, it's more likely the second or third option. In fact, the second option is highly likely, given Michael Keaton's Batman will be showing up in the film. Muschietti has also confirmed this is a very loose interpretation of the Flashpoint comic. It's funny. Michael Keaton's Batman is the biggest draw to this film, because there's no real person. Like, who wants to see Ezra Miller as the Flash wave his arms weirdly? I don't think anyone does. And people are starting to shuffle in. Hell, who knew the salt must flow? Appreciate you being here. Found out Wonder Woman 84 is a lot better if you put it on mute. Shout out to the Amazons were in fucking the Snyder Cut. I'm sorry. I say shout out to the Amazons. They weren't in Wonder Woman 84. Hail Darius Munchausen. He's back. Hail all. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. A GFR's source, or Giant Freaking Robot source, didn't have a reason why a different Wonder Woman or recasting of the same would take place, so we're all left guessing. Some believe Gal Gadot is still on hot water after the internet attacked her for promoting peace and prayers in a tweet following the recent events in Israel. Oh yeah, there's still a lot of heat because of this. Lots of heat. So who knows? That could be an impacting factor of her not being in it. Especially if you guys remember last year when they were talking about this Flashpoint, it sounded like they wanted to have anybody who had ever been anything in a DC property make a cameo in it. And now it looks like they're removing one of the big factors of what they're doing going forward with Wonder Woman. There's a rumor that Warner reportedly begged her to take down the post or at least apologize. She has not removed it. Oh man, going a little Gina Carano. But she did turn off the comments on her Instagram page. Continuing with the love and peace mantra, Gadot also tweeted how she is looking forward to Wonder Woman 3 as leading the popular franchise has changed her life. Obviously, she's become a superstar since becoming a superhero. Wonder Woman came out 4 years ago and changed my life. Thank you all so much for the love. I'm forever grateful for this amazing opportunity. I promise we will always do everything to tell Wonder Woman's story in the best way possible. Love and peace. If she's anticipating Wonder Woman 3 with a hint of hope and optimism, it's safe to assume Gadot hasn't lost the role. While greenlit, the sequel is a long way off. She and Patty Jenkins are focused on other projects such as Cleopatra and won't get around to it for another few years. So I'm not sure when Wonder Woman 3 is going to come out. So who knows? With all you just mentioned, the merger and there being cost-cutting redundancies, I can't help but to wonder if some of that cost-cutting won't be elimination of projects that they don't want to do. Doesn't mean Wonder Woman 3 will be one of those projects if such a thing happens. But Wonder Woman 84 was a bomb. And if they have enough heat and enough anger, enough reason to, especially when there's a financial incentive to just cost-cutting, maybe there is no Wonder Woman 3. I don't think there's any, indication. But I don't think anything is safe in Warner Media as far as what's going forward. I don't think anything is safe. We don't know what this We don't know the landscape of the DCEAU or the DCEU will look like by then, even if there is one to discuss. Therefore, it's worth noting again, DC Films and WB may be banking on the door being open to make a change. Fire finishing the race. Is that it? Oh, Gal Gadot's pregnant. Oh man, yeah, it's hard to pull out. I wish I was the one who got Gal Gadot pregnant. May have something to do with Warner's concerns. Should this rumor prove accurate? Okay. Also, she was pregnant during the shooting of the first Wonder Woman film. What do you make of this rumor? Is there any validity to it? Well, knowing that she's pregnant, maybe that's the reason. Like, okay, she's pregnant, so we'll do a body double, and maybe this is a nothing burger. Maybe they are indeed mad. I'm just scrolling up just to show this while talking. Maybe they are indeed mad about her comments, and that has something to do with it. Or maybe they're going to use a different Wonder Woman. Maybe they're going to use that Wonder Girl, that Brazilian Wonder Woman they had. I guess we don't know. We won't know until this Flashpoint movie that really I only kind of want to see drops. See, Wookiee Lives Matter says Gadot will always be a second string Wonder Woman to me. Anyway, Linda Carter made a huge impact on me as a small boy. There's Moonchild goes boing. And he also says Wonder Woman 84 was a total dud, which it was. And yeah, it helps forget that Wonder Woman raped the guy. She absolutely did. She absolutely did. And no one cared. Like, no one saw that. No one cared. Absolutely no one cared. But is Gal Gadot, do you think there's a chance Gal Gadot won't be back as Wonder Woman either because the project gets scrapped, or I don't think they will replace her? I think it actually made that noise too, the boing noise. Oh boy. But yeah, do you think there's any chance that with the comments and the SJWs being angry at her, which I don't know why, her wanting peace on each side is such a bad thing. But you think there's any chance with the cost cutting measures we talked about earlier that this Warner conglomerate thing, this Warner Discovery thing is going to have, and with the fact it's going to take a couple years for this to even get greenlit, she's already pregnant, so that delays it. Do you think there's an off chance that Wonder Woman is done? This is not a rumor. It's not something that I think, but there's a chance. There's a chance that Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman may have, the last thing may be the Snyder Cut. Just because Wonder Woman 3 is going to take a couple years, and the longer something's going to take, just to get started, it's going to take a couple years. The longer something takes to get started, when you have a company that's already actively talking about cost cutting, the more likely it is that it gets scrapped. Especially if you're already a little, they're already willing to replace her in another film, which Wonder Woman is supposed to be. Is there the potential exists? Who knew the salt must flow? Says Linda Carter is the one true Wonder Woman. But she's very beautiful in the original Wonder Woman. She's incredibly beautiful. I think I'm joking. I actually made a video about it. Oh wow. Done until reboot. Okay. If inflation keeps going as it is, a lot will be done. That's very true. Gal Gadot will be canceled because she's political, unpalatable to the left as an Israeli. She's married to a multimillionaire and has children. Maybe unite hell, James Hayes. That's what I'm wondering. With the politics, how they are. And again, if you just joined us, we were talking earlier about potential cost cutting from Warner Media. And they're basically saying cost cutting synergies. They're all but saying we're going to be firing people. We're going to be letting things go. So to me, every single project they have, including Wonder Woman 3, including Aquaman 2, including anything else. I mean, the Batman is finished, so that's going to be released. But anything that's not actively filming or in the can, there's a chance it's not going to happen. And when you add into the political factor of, like James Hayes said, she's politically unpalatable to the left because she's Israeli and former Israeli military as well. Who knows what happened with Cleopatra? Yeah, that hasn't been filmed. And again, we got to wait 9 months for her to, congratulations that her and her husband, apparently she's married, has have another child on the way, but you got to wait at least a year, really, before she's going off to film anything. In a year, with the climate at Warner Media / Discovery, nothing is guaranteed. To me, the only way you can guarantee getting something done is to get it, the filming going. I'm not sure what Aquaman 2 is with filming. But I think there's a high probability Gal Gadot's done as Wonder Woman. And this is the first indication of such. Okay. Check out Wookiee Lives Matters channel, the Amazonian princess, a Wookiee love story on my channel. And you know what? For the record, I think I can get away with a Wonder Woman because Wookiee's not lying. Linda Carter was fucking beautiful. So I think I can indeed get away with showing it. There's like this one clip of Linda Carter being sexy on YouTube, and I'm gonna see if I can get away with it. Please don't yeet me. Jesus. Don't Rajesh. Don't do that. Caityn Jenner will be a great Wonder Woman 2024. Don't want to be grim, but the economy is so bad. I don't know who will be able to buy movie tickets in a year. Man, I know there are a lot of jobs available where I am personally. I'm not sure about the rest of the country. I'm in North Carolina and Charlotte. And I mean, there are a lot of, not necessarily, but if you want to get a job, you can get $12 to $13 an hour at, the fast food restaurants are obviously hiring. A lot of other places, stores are hiring. So there's jobs to be had, but not necessarily. But even there's solid jobs to be had, even in my little industry, neck of the woods. There's jobs. So there's at least here, but I couldn't tell you everywhere else. And I know a lot of people are struggling right now, unfortunately. So James Hayes, I hope you're not right, but there's a chance you are. There's a chance you are. But you know what? A lot of people still have been buying movie tickets. That's been kind of an interesting thing. As I kind of vamp for myself. Uh-oh. Let me just see. Nick Carter. Clip. Sorry about the silence. Is this it? Trying to see. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I picked the right video. Okay, sorry if you can hear that. I don't think this is the video I'm thinking of. I don't think it's the video. I'm trying to. It was a video, like a 2-minute clip, and it was just showing all her prettiest. Maybe this. Oh, she looks hot in this. This is only a minute. I don't think I should get golly. Yeah. Oh, are you doing a cheeky Jeffery Toobin? I am not doing a Jeffery Toobin. I'm just trying to find the right video. And Snorter Poop is waves apart. Hell, Snorter Poop is Q Burr. I'm not Jeffery Toobin here. The government's printing so much money. I would say buy crypto, but crypto's shitting the bed right now. So precious metals, and I mean, a lot of people are worried about a shit hits the fan situation. We saw James Hayes talking about how grim the economy is. The economy's fucked. These socialists have ruined everything, and they'll need to pay me to go to the cinema. Well, a lot of people want to see Godzilla versus Kong. A lot of people want to see. A lot of people want to see that Quiet Place. A lot of people want to see Demon Hunter. So I think the experience of going to the movies is still something that's valuable. I think people still are interested in that. And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Kathy Lee Crosby the first actress to play Wonder Woman in 1974? She was a blonde. I think the video is here on YouTube. And I've got a compilation of her just spinning around. Okay, I love that one. I do. I have a lot of videos. I see. Check out Wookiee Lives Matter channel. Wookiee, are you a mod? If there is a mod, please promote Wookiee Lives Matter channel. If it hasn't, if someone hasn't, anyone of the modulantes. I know Rajesh is a mod. If there's any other modulante who could promote Wookiee. Speaking of promotion, let's just see how high. Look how high she just looks from this still. Women are not as hot as they used to be. I know that's maybe a hot take. I don't know if that's a hot take, a cold take, whatever. I think, there are some beautiful ladies nowadays. Gal Gadot, we just talked about her. That's how I got here. She's one of them. I don't think women are as hot as they used to be. And hello, Darian, this is a Lorena raid. Shout out to Lorena Creole. If you check her channel, I think last week or the week before, premiered our interview that we did. I think it was the after school special or the lunch special. Cannot remember because I have a memory of a fish. But all right, and that's still. So yeah, Linda Carter was a beautiful woman. Still looks good for her age. Even though I'm not in the JILF category, not yet. I ain't that old. But yeah, just a quick Linda Carter break for the show. So let's get back into the covering stories. We're breezing through a lot of these stories. Oh, the Illuminati just shut my door. That was scary. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wookiee has seen this video. Okay. Of course you have. And imagine Jenner spinning around with a hot dog swinging. Not my Nah, I'd rather not if I can help it. Camels have nice feet. I see. Yeah, they do. Well, this is another for the. Well, I couldn't transition as smooth. I was going to say, instead of camels, let's talk about donkeys. Or Mike Obama. Roll the quarters, guys. Roll the quarters. No, Shane, let's switch off the potential. Let's switch off the transgender talk and talk, or was it transgender investigations talk for Mike Obama, and talk about Shang-Chi actor Simu Liu sharing his lengthy post over denouncing a Canadian sitcom named Kim's Convenience as because they have overwhelmingly white producers. This Shang-Chi thing is a disaster. A complete, unmitigated disaster. Apparently, Wookiee Lives Matter has that on his he has it in his playlist, one of his playlists. And unfortunately, Stoner Poopers does not have opposable thumbs, so he cannot use a wrench. So I'm going to, and hey, Fireball merch is still going. I'm going to go to Wookiee Lives Matter's channel, promote them real quick. And while I do, just talk about what a disaster is this fucking Shang-Chi. Yeah, I thought it looked interesting. It had a little kung fu spin on the Marvel universe. So it's different. But it started out, the whole point of this was to pander to China. And it can't even do that because China's already rejected it. Because Shang-Chi is related to Fu Manchu in the comics. And a lot of people remember that. And a lot of people are upset about that. So there goes that dream, right? And now every other week, this guy is spewing the woke talking points to just piss off anyone who thought maybe this will be an interesting thing, interesting diversion for the rest of the MCU that's coming. It's just a fucking, this is a complete failure. And I know Disney's good for that nowadays, but wow, it's just getting worse and worse. Let's Wookiee's at 504. He's a 504 boy. Please give my man Wookiee Lives Matter a sub if you haven't already, and maybe the mods have beat me to it. But there's Wookiee Lives Matter channel. Give him a sub. Thank you. And apparently, and Darius Munchausen has already found the Amazonian Princess video. Hell the Wake Down. Shout out to the Wake Down. Hell Vezarel. I saw the article title and immediately hated the man. Bro, this guy, and this is not the first woke hot take he's given. Like, this movie was made for one purpose, China, and it already can't do that. They're pissed at this character being made because Disney doesn't even understand the market they're pandering to. Do I give Snorter Poopus a wrench? He says no wrenches for the bear. I guess if he doesn't want to handle the wrench, no wrench for Snorter Poopers. And hell again, Vezarel. Sorry for missing the comments. And yeah, we got sub to Wookiee Lives Matter. Dope. If you want to pander to China, buy some solar panels. Here you go. Snorter Poopers is already subbed. And Wookiee just dropped a new video. A little Panda Express. There we go. There you go. Speaking of which, did you see John Cena double down? What a loser. Somebody fucked Amy Schumer. Anyways, Shang-Chi actor Simu Liu shares a lengthy post denouncing Canadian sitcom Kim's Convenience's overwhelmingly white producers. Kim Convenience actor Simu Liu, who also stars in Disney and Marvel's Shang-Chi and The Legend of Ten Rings, has recently commented about his experience working on a popular sitcom. I'm feeling a host of emotions right now. I never heard of sitcom, by the way, but I mean, if it's big in Canada, whatever. I'm feeling a host of emotions right now. There's a lot of talk and speculation about what happened. I want to do my best to give accurate information, wrote the actor in a lengthy post shared to Facebook. He went on to claim that the show was not canceled. Got the show. Got to do the editing. It's not canceled due to traditional low ratings, but producer who wanted the show's IP decided to end the show. Liu said the show cannot be saved. It was not canceled in a traditional manner, i.e. by a network after poor ratings. Our producer, who owns the Kim's Convenience IP, are the ones who chose not to continue it. Neither CBC nor Netflix own the rights to Kim's Convenience. They merely license it. Okay, so there was an issue because of the show being canceled and that being something that pissed people off. Okay. From there, he took issue with the fact that a spinoff show is being created for Nicole Powers' character, Shannon Ross. And again, I know nothing of this show. I've never, ever watched it, never even heard of it. I'm not sure if anybody watches this on Netflix. But here you go. It's been difficult for me. I love and I'm proud of Nicole. I want the show to succeed for her, but I remain resentful of all the circumstances that led to one of the non-Asian actors getting their own show. Oh, wow. Sour grapes much? For good measure, Liu. God damn it. I'm so sick of seeing that women belong in the kitchen ad on Bounty. For good measure, Liu then reveals he will not reprise his role if asked, stating, and not that they will ever ask, but I will adamantly refuse to reprise my role in any capacity. What the fuck? This is basically Cryboard. This is kind of worse. While he claims he will not reprise his role, the next sentence did know he wanted to be part of the 6th season of the show. What the fuck? Oh, he wanted to. Okay, I was about to be really confused. I wanted to be part of the 6th season of the show. I heard speculation surrounding myself specifically about how getting a Marvel role meant I was suddenly too Hollywood for Canadian TV. This could not be further to the truth. I love the show and everything it stood for. I saw firsthand how profoundly it impacted families and brought people together. It's truly so rare for a show to have such an impact on people, and I wanted badly to make the schedules work. From there, Liu claimed he got frustrated with not only his character, the way his character was being treated in the show, but producers were treating him as a person. He specifically took issue with the producers, describing him as overwhelmingly white. What in the world does that mean? Nobody knows it. Do I have that as a drop? I need to get that as a drop. Nobody knows what it means. It's provocative. It gets the people going. Ball so hard. Okay, I'll stop. Gotta stop. I was growing increasingly frustrated how my characters were being portrayed and somewhat relating, also increasingly frustrated the way I was treated. This is a natural part of collaborative undertaking, like making a TV show. Everyone is going to have different ideas on where each character ought to go, what stories ought to be told. But it was also always my understanding that the lead actors were the stewards of the character and would grow to have more creative insight as the show went on, explaining the actor in regards to how the characters were being presented on the show. Okay, here we go. That was not the case, which was doubly confusing because our producers were overwhelmingly white and we were a cast of Asian Canadians who had a plethora of lived experience to draw from and offer writers. But we were often told of the next season's plans merely days before we were set to start shooting, and there was deliberately not a lot of leeway given to us, he wrote. Source Kim's Convenience CB. Okay, wow, that was a little bit of a mistake. As for his character, he explained, imagine my disappointment year after year after knowing Jung was stuck at Handy with absolutely no hurry to improve himself in any way. Sorry. More importantly, sorry, I'm getting a text. Sorry about that. Okay. More importantly, the characters never seem to grow. I can appreciate the show is still a hit and enjoyed by many people, but I remain fixated. Okay, I gotta do this differently. Sorry. Texting. I'm gonna just talk to them later. I can appreciate the show still a hit and enjoyed by many people, but I remain fixated on the missed opportunities to show Asian characters with real depth and the ability to grow and evolve. He elaborated. What's more, the actor claimed he was being paid an absolute horse poop for his role in the popular Canadian sitcom comparison to other Canadian shows like Schitt's Creek, which I've never heard. I love this is a show called Schitt's Creek. For how successful the whole process show became. Has anyone watched this show? He's talking about this show like it's the greatest show ever. Yeah, Jesus H. Macy. Jeez. Yeah, everyone brace yourself. So who knew the Salt Must Flow has seen this? Kim's Convenience is such a cookie cutter show or cookie cutter TV. I see. I hereby cancel John Cena. James Hayes. Cena is a wiener. Okay, I just want to make sure I get everybody in. Because hell, Echo Base Network. Hell, we are Echo Base Network. Modulantes, toss Echo Base Network. I'm sure they need no help because they're at like 20K nowadays. But they've been in the chat since they were at like 12K. So they've been supporting me for a while. Appreciate Echo Base Network. But yeah, apparently this show isn't even that good, at least according to Who Knew the Sauce Flow. So it's just cookie cutter TV. So yeah, for how we were paid an absolutely horse poop rate. The whole process really opened my eyes to the relationship between those with power and those without. Oh my God. In the beginning, we were no-name actors who had zero leverage. We were going to take anything he could. True. And you know what? I will say this. Here's what I will say. Actors get shat on when it comes to getting paid, especially for TV roles. And what he said as far as being no-name actors who had zero leverage and could take anything they could, that is a common thing. That's been a common thing forever. And it does suck. Because last thing I want to do is defend this Hollywood machine, even though this guy's just sour grapes much. I mean, goodness, you made it to a Marvel movie. You made it. But the Hollywood machine does do a lot of grimy stuff. So this is one I will stop to say, hey, this probably is the case where they underpaid a lot of no-name actors and kept them under those contracts long enough. We talked about the music industry, not just in this chat, but 24/7 Fusion Media. If you were in his chat, I mean, he told you some horror stories about the music industry. So, I mean, if there's a lot of this is, there's overwhelmingly white stuff about, the people who made the show and not listening to them and whatever. If the show was successful based upon the producers doing what they were doing, rather, I would hate to say it, but that's if the current creators are already creating a show that's already successful, why would they change? That's just, being honest. But the payment stuff, that is not cool. I'm not gonna just, he's complaining sour grapes. I mean, most of this is sour grapes, but the payment stuff is probably legitimate given Hollywood's track record, or even the CBC is still part of the Hollywood machine. So let's keep hearing this guy Cryborg. But yeah, even Cryborg has some stuff that was legitimate, you know what I mean? But this seems worse than Cryborg. And this is not the first piece of crap. This is not the first crap he's taught. This Lou guy who's already in a movie that they can't sell to China, which the whole point of the movie was that it was supposed to be in China. So anyways, he notes that he and the cast did receive a pay increase after the first season. After one season, the show debuted to sky-high ratings, and we received a little bump up. Also extended the duration of our contracts by 2 years. However, he claims this is peanuts compared to the actors of don't know about this show either, Schitt's Creek, which I think is a funny name, compared to shows like Schitt's Creek, which had brand name talent with American agents, those ratings who weren't high as ours, we were making nothing. Then, well, if their American agents and their brand name talent was what did it, you're worth what you negotiate. That sucks. That sucks. The leverage they had, again, is shitty when the industry does this. But I mean, what do you want to do? And yeah, basically we're locked in the foreseeable future at super low rate, absolute dream. You're a producer. You guys signed those deals. You guys could have came together and said, no, we want a bigger increase. Explains that he and the co-stars didn't make any demands because they were told to be grateful to be even there. Again, like I said, the money stuff is the only thing I'll give him credence in because Hollywood has that track record and the film industry has that track record. We never banded together and demanded more. That's your own thing. That's your own choice because you're talking all this shit now. You're rocking the boat now that you got a Marvel movie. In general, people have to be able to rock the boat if they want more money. Shang-Chi maybe also Shang-Chi after ads, maybe also because we're too busy infighting and understand we were deliberately being pitted against each other. Meanwhile, we had to become the de facto mouthpiece for the show. Our showrunners were epically reclusive, working tirelessly to promote it, truly feeling like we never had a seat at this table. Lou furthered. Jeez, how long? Wow. God, oh my God. Oh my God, there's a lot to this. But this is just what is he talking about? Oh yeah, he's an abolish the police guy. I know he talked about a lot of woke stuff. Yeah, he says abolish the police doesn't mean absolutely no police. Wow. Well, that's not what the word abolish means. Has Oxford changed it? Because we know Webster changed the definition the day after Amy Comey Barrett says sexual preference. They changed the definition. So I'm not sure. Abolish could just mean some, woke answers. And what else did he say? Proactively educating. Oh, so yeah, he's a CRT guy. Talking about privilege. Jesus Christ. I can't get through on the complaining. Oh, yep. And that I forgot about that. There's something in this. He complained about Nicki Minaj and then apologized 8 years later and called himself a dumb kid. Because so your music taste, for having musical taste, you're a dumb kid. I didn't even understand why he was apologizing. He could have just said, I didn't like Nicki Minaj's music. The end. But he instead in 2012, he said, I thought I was at a Nicki Minaj concert for 20 minutes before I realized I was just watching a homeless man yell at a pigeon. And then he said, this is a highly dumb tweet. Why is it dumb? I don't know. Because you can't criticize black people, Black Lives Matter, CRT. I'm Asian privileged. But he's Asian privileged and then calls people overwhelmingly white. This guy's all over the place. Looks like a dumb 23-year-old being trying to sound clever. Well, you're now a dumb 8 plus 31-year-old trying to sound clever. So you've made it nowhere. So remember, the producers of his show were overwhelmingly white, but an Asian heritage month, he wanted to know what ways have they enjoyed privilege and been complicit. So which is it, guy? Are you the oppressor or the oppressed? Pick one. Okay, more people have joined the chat. I'll see what you guys are saying, and then we will go to the next story. What is this? What was the idea that's like handing out? Oh, a little pant. I dropped a new video. Cena as a wiener. I got that. Like that, I died. Wookiee handing out cups of vodka to racers. Not sure the context of that. Let's see. Whoa. Screw all that crap. Watch Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Shocker. And this is when we got Kim's Conveniences. Garbage. Love Kung Fu Hustle. That was my first Kung Fu movie as a kid. I usually make a disclaimer when I drop my channel link. It is not for everyone. Okay, so anyone who sells the Wookiee Lives Matter now knows it's not for everyone. Yeah, overwhelmingly white. Jesus H. Macy. Echo Base Network when they showed up. Hopefully they're still here. Vez, Shaolin Shockers made by the same bunch of guys. Okay. So people have subbed to Wookiee Lives Matter. Cool. And hail to hailing Echo Base. Okay. And our pleasure, bro. You do great. I appreciate that. Schitt's Creek was a Canadian family sitcom that won those Emmys last couple years. I don't pay attention to the Emmys, but hell, the Islington girl, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate the Islington girl showing up. Is that a new avatar? I think it's a different picture. Held the weight down. Saying hi to Brightest Day. He's trying to set up a stream and lurking. No worries for this. There's no market for this. It's made to antagonize guys who go to see movies to escape. Yeah, another adult pretender who's full of shit. Clearly. High paw for the snorter poopers. Abolished to end law, system, institution, custom, or practice. Even the idiots at Wiktionary don't know that. Surprised it hasn't been changed again. Oxford definition of abolished formally put an end to a practice, system, and institution. Didn't the National wait, what? The National Geographic renamed Antarctic to the South Ocean today? I didn't see that. And thank you for subbing, Pinky Pool Gamer Brony 30. I didn't know that anyone was lurking. I appreciate it. Yep, different pig on my mug to hassle you all with. Oh, we appreciate it. We appreciate getting just a different photo shoot. I heard the term Southern Ocean for years to identify the ocean surrounding Antarctica. I see. And if I didn't get to your comment or big you up when you got in, please blame my head and not my heart. I appreciate everybody watching. We're up to 18 finally. Had some issues earlier where it wasn't even accurately reporting how many people were in the chat, but that's neither here nor there. Alrighty. Let's see. Is there anything else? Real quick, just because. Okay, I just looked it up. The term Southern Ocean has been around since at least 2012. Not sure when that Geo did. The Antarctic is a region or continent, and the South Ocean is the ocean. Okay, so let me just check to make sure I didn't miss a super chat because I have done that. And I don't want to. It doesn't look like I have. The last thing is Pinky Pool Gamer Brony 30 sub. So I appreciate getting the live sub. That's cool. That shows that maybe YouTube is indeed, whether they want to or not, pushing my channel out, or somebody saw it on Twitter, retweeted. However you got here, it is appreciate Pinky Brony, Gamer Brony, because you got a lot going on with your name. Okay. A lot of talk about Lord of the Rings. This is kind of news oriented. And Mike Beats Dix is lurking. Appreciate you lurking. The war on Rohirrim. I guess Lord of the Rings is going to, or Amazon's going to get everything they can out of Lord of the Rings. That's kind of obvious to me. Whether they, rather or not, any of this stuff is going to be good, probably not. But the JRR token is heading back to the big screen. Oh, this is going to be a film in a fresh new line in Warner Animation title, The Lord of the Rings, The War on Rohirrim. Told the Oscar-winning feature architects Peter Jackson and Fran Walsh are not involved with the project as we speak. That's not good, but that will be determined down the road. Do you guys think that Peter Jackson would? I'm not sure. I think he probably would come back, but he would be allowed to come back to Lord of the Rings. It is a more accurate thing. You think he's going to get a chance to? Because I don't know that he will. I mean, it would be interesting. He is still around if they wanted him as a consultant. And it's funny. I was just watching like this behind the scenes of Lord of the Rings for everything. Wait, there you go. Rohirrim. So I will try that. Rohirrim. So I don't screw it up every time I say it. But wouldn't it be a lot better to have Peter Jackson involved? I mean, he's not obviously Tolkien himself to call him a George Lucas-esque person, but he did a excellent job filming those movies, those 3 movies, and the way he filmed it and the work he put in. Like I said, I was watching this behind the scenes feature, and it was a masterclass of directing an epic scale film. It was an absolute masterclass. It may be the best, it may be the best job of epic filmmaking that has ever been done. And I don't even think that's a hot take to say it. But I don't know if he'll ever be involved with it again. And it's funny that they even mentioned it in Deadline. Like that's a question to be worth asking, which I think it is. Oscar-winning Lord of the Rings return to King Scribe Philippa Boyens will be a consultant. So so the writer is going to be a consultant on the project, directed by Kenji Kamiyama. The pick is being fast-tracked with animation work done by Solar Entertainment. Voice casting is underway, and the pick will be distributed by Warner Brother Pictures across the globe. Let me see. The War of what is it? Rohirrim focuses on the character from the book's appendix, and I'm not the token. I've never read the books, so the token experts, please educate me. Please educate me so I don't. What's the word? I can't think. There's some woke phrase that I can't remember, and I'm screwing up. Anyways, focus on character from the book appendix. The mighty King Rohan, Hammerhand, a legendary battle which shaped Middle Earth heading into Lord of the Rings. There's an anime pick which will explore the untold story behind the fortress of Helm's Deep, delving into the life of the blood-soaked times of Hammerhand. Overall, the movie is a companion piece to New Line's Lord of the Rings trilogy and is roughly set 250 years before that movie during the Third Age. No, Amazon Lord of the Rings miniseries is set during the Second Age. The news comes at a time when Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring is celebrating its 20th anniversary. Kamiyama has been behind such anime projects as Blade Runner, Black Lotus, and a TV series Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. Joseph Chu, Blade Runner, Black Lotus will produce, and Jeffrey Addis, Will Matthews, The Dark Crystal, and Age of Resistance are writing. So Carolyn Black, Chief Operating Officer, Warner Brothers Picture Group, and Brenner's President, Chief Creative Officer of New Line Cinema, said, all of us at New Line felt a deep affinity for the the extraordinary world of J.R.R. Tolkien created. So the opportunity to dive back into Middle Earth with the team at Warner Brothers Animation is a dream come true. Fans know Helm's Deep as the stage for one of the greatest battles ever put to film. Indeed, it is. And with many of the same creative visionaries involved, which again, Peter Jackson's not, the brilliant Kenji Kamiyama at the helm, we couldn't be more excited. And it's okay. That's pretty much it as far as the reporting aspect of it. What do you guys think about the Rohirrim or Rohirrim? Okay, now we have two different pronunciations. I need help. But what do you guys think about them doing an anime? Can somebody smart me up to these film rights? If New Line Cinema / Warner is doing this, but MGM had everything, how does this work? How break this down to me like I'm a 2-year-old? I'm completely confused on how this works. But are you guys excited about this? Or do you want to see a Lord of the Rings anime? And again, it's probably already in the chat. What do you think about the fact that Peter Jackson probably won't return? Or do you think there's a chance? Are you saying there's a chance that Peter Jackson would ever have any creative input? And if anybody understands the movie rights and the rights to this token thing, because I don't know why Warner's involved, please explain this to me. Fimmer Ice Wolf doesn't want to live on a stupid planet anymore. The professor was right, referring to Futurama. Shout out to Snow the Poopus, the polar bear. Hell might beats this. Dick's the Wake Down says, I don't understand, or Rajesh saying to the Wake Down, I don't understand the universe anymore. Me neither. The Wake Down is weren't wondering if we ever did. Maybe we didn't. Agree, Fimmer Ice Wolf. Let's go to Neptune and start our own colony. This is the first pronunciation I got, which apparently is not correct. Rohirrim is what I thought, but apparently, that's not what the streets are saying. Let me see something. Oh boy. Okay. According to your Professor Utona, Uranus was renamed Eurectum because the scientists got tired of the joke. Are the Roar here? I'm not going to even try. Are the Rohan writer guys? Who knew the sauce must flow says if Amazon doesn't do Lord of the Rings right, Gary's gonna rain hell on their ass. Him and just some guy. I would love to see Peter Jackson do something, but I would doubt he'll do it today. Might be Dick saying hey to everybody, which is cool. Sounds like it could be okay. It's always wait and see anymore. That's true. So the Poopers doesn't have a lot of faith in this. Philippa Boyens added a lot of silly stuff to the Lord of the Rings movies. We'll see. Mike B's dick thinks it's moist, or he's just using the moist emoji. Jackson won't be allowed to join unless he dyes his hairs pink. This chat needs to hydrate, need more moisture. Yeah, I think it's pronounced Roar Here I Am. Not 100% of that. Okay. Peter Jackson is about to be 60 years old and looking rough. 60 is not like 80. I doubt he would want to commit to a 5-year deal, which Amazon will almost certainly tie his hands and interfere. Probably Rohirrim. So we're going with Rohirrim or Rohirrim or Rohirrim. Maybe Rohirrim. I'm not sure. The world will never know. That's the way I've always pronounced the word. Not that that's any way definitive. Rohirrim. I'd give him money to stay away and not give Amazon a win. I see. That's fair. We all need help. Oh boy, Rohirrim. Oh God. I gave you the one that was close enough to get you going. I'm lost. I'm done. I don't care how to pronounce it anymore. I think he can give them a W, but I don't think they let him. Peter Jackson's always looked like an unmade bed. From what he says in interviews, he wouldn't touch Amazon's project with a 39.5-foot pole. That's probably a good thing. Can't remember who said it, but yeah, we'll give them a win. And yeah, brightest day. You almost don't want him to join back. It's kind of like what happened with Bruce Timm and the Batman. He's going to be doing something for them, and I'm not happy about it. Don't understand the rights either. Where's Gary when you need him? Someone needs to get the police station, turn on a neurotic. Like, yeah, we need the neurotic signal to figure out these rights. Well, for fair points, have to ask someone for Gondor. They're the ones who called him Roran. Okay, we are zooming through this podcast, and it's okay to go a little fast. Speaking of going too fast, Jeffery Toobin, which I was not doing at the Linda Carter break we had in the middle of the show, known for feeling himself a bit too much live on air. He returns to CNN and apologized for the deeply moronic behavior that got him fired from the New Yorker. And CNN went right at his head. Yes, I mean it like that. They really actually asked him about him beating off on the fucking Zoom call, which is hilarious. Toobin, sorry about that. Toobin was let go by the New Yorker after being caught masturbating during a Zoom meeting and said that he was grateful to CNN for bringing him back. This is him looking very uncomfortable in the thumbnail. CNN legal analyst Jeffery Toobin returned to the cable channel for the first time since October, where he was beating his meat. He addressed the incident that got him fired from the New Yorker and kept him off CNN for the 2020 election. To quote Jay Leno, "What the hell were you thinking?" CNN anchor Allison Camerota asked Toobin after explaining the incident to viewers, in which she explained the whole thing. She literally explained that Jeffery Toobin was masturbating on a Zoom call and got fired from the New Yorker as a result, which is just hilarious to just really drag this guy through the mud. I don't even know why they're bringing this perv man back. Because how the fuck horny do you have to be to fucking, who's hot during a fucking Zoom call or a conference call? Like, oh, this conference call is so hot, I gotta beat my meat. Oh, sploosh. Like, what type of sick perv are you, dude? And you know what? A lot of people thought maybe it was ratings. A lot of people thought maybe it was ratings because I think somebody said that. Are they resorting to what was it? Yeah, they're resorting to masturbation for ratings. Yeah, I think there is an idea that there's going to be some ratings. Like they oh, let's talk about it. So we get a lot of people to watch this. Yeah, Darkside Phil himself. He was Darkside feeling himself. While CNN equals desperate. He had one wrist. He had one of the wrists during the Zoom meeting. So desperate they got to have the wanker back. Literal wanker. and nobody probably will be watching him anyway. LMFAO. He had a crush on one of the whole bitches in the stream. He was just showing his enthusiasm. He's probably, yeah, this is more logical, but why? Like, it's not worth it. You can't wait until after the meeting. You know this meeting, like, you must have an issue. You have to look at porn during the Zoom meeting. Like, how much you have all these hours out of your day, and you have to masturbate during the Zoom meeting? It's insane. Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking much or thinking very well or very much. It was something that's inexplicable to me, Toobin said, adding that he thought he turned off the camera. Not as that is not a defense. It was deeply moronic and indefensible, but that is part of the story. And he's incredibly grateful to CNN for bringing him back. But again, why is CNN bringing this guy back? And yes, he's a literal wanker, isn't he, girl? A literal wanker. Huh? I thought everyone spanked the money during porn Zoom meetings. Just me then? Yeah, just you. Imagine being his makeup artist. One wanky spanky, two wanky spanky. Let's see some hands. Oh goodness! Now you're pulled over. Who knew the salt must flow? Guys, let's see your hands. Need to see your hands right now. Maybe he has ED and there was a moment there and he had to take it. Maybe. Like, I'm hard now. It may not be hard for another 3 weeks. Gotta go now. I don't know. He seems sick. That like handshake. He seems sick. He seems like a sick fuck. And this company is in danger. CNN. They really have destroyed media credibility like no other. Regardless of what you feel about, any of the politicians and their political, it's just been so, there is no media. There is no objective media anymore. If ever there was, it's an argument that, the liberal media, the media has been liberal since I was a kid and I'm in my 30s. So it's not like this is new. There better be a microphone in your buddy. Oh my God. As moist as some of these streams get, I'm surprised no one here uses it for lube. Yeah. Isn't everyone in CNN sick? Or bury your microphone in your hand? Okay. I thought you were putting a microphone in your buddy. Who knows what Toobin is doing? Yeah, hands on the table, Toobin. Like, how do you, like, who's going to watch this guy? Well, you know what? Merv Albert back in the day bit a bitch and nobody cared. Marv Albert, not Merv. Marv Albert, he was a commentator. I think he may still be, but he was a commentator for basketball back in the day. And in the 90s, he bit a woman, like I think a prostitute or something, because he's a weirdo. And he was off TV for a while, but he came back and everyone just kind of forgot about it. So maybe that's what they're hoping with Toobin. Lyndon Johnson had the doors taken off of the presidential stall and held his cabinet meetings while taking a shit. Ugh. He's making the cabinet sit there and watch him and brief while he did bait. Is that true? LBJ is such a sick fuck. Baiting in the Zoom call, not that shocking. There's a fetish behind like people who bait in public for the like thrill of it. No. And who could take him seriously? No one takes the network seriously. My grandma's someone who will watch him. Old people don't know better. Yeah, and that's true about the I'm assuming about Marv. Yes. It's sick. But this is CNN. No one, like Islington Girl said, nobody takes this network seriously. Exhibitionism, yeah, that's basically it. But I mean, specific to baiting, because technically, exhibitionism could just be you posting a video of you and your significant other on the hub. LBJ, yeah, true. LBJ was a total ass. He loved asking people if they wanted to see his Johnson. He's a sick fuck. Sick fuck. A lot of these politicians are sick fucks. A lot of these powerful people are just as deranged and sick as Toobin. That's the standard. These people are fucked up. Totally fucked up. Voyeurism. I think it's voyeur to be the ones watching. Exhibitionism is true. It's probably more accurate, but there's a specific fetish for people who want to bait in public. So yeah, people, and I think Toobin's on that spectrum. He's a sick fuck. But yeah, I thought this is going to be a long stream because I had so many stories, but I kind of rammed through them, pun not intended. I don't know, sure how long uh, I need to get to talk about that. And yeah, Rajesh, they don't get promoted unless they are compromised. Voyeurism is liking to watch, exhibitionists wanting to have yourself watch. Yeah, that's more accurate definitions of them. And so maybe he is an exhibitionist and he wanted to have himself watch. Maybe there were some voyeurs on the Zoom call who liked what they see. I didn't. I wouldn't. That sounds fucking sick. You know, I don't know. I said I didn't. I was not on the Zoom call. I don't work for CNN. But we're going to end the podcast on a positive note, which we always try to do. This is just something cool. Even though I think the college system, especially the Ivy League, this is a Harvard story, unfortunately, the college system is a complete scam. The Ivy League is evil, but this is still a positive story. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Rajesh is right. Toobin's a defamed white guy, so now he can be back in the public spotlight now that he's tarnished. It's terrifying to think being compromised as a clip is a ticket to the club. We'll see if he gets more famous. That will be interesting, right? That will be interesting. Dude needs to shape up if he wants to continue with that fetish. That's an awesome gesture. Yeah, talking about the actual story we're going to get into. And Snort Poopers is okay with a short stream. I appreciate everyone for joining. I know a lot of people joining late. Please watch the playback, and anyone who is watching the playback, thank you. If you haven't already liked the video, please like the video and share. Sharing is caring, even though we are ending. All right. As Irritant Girl has alluded to, this is a very cool gesture. Despite what I feel about the college system and how it's grifting people, there's still a lot of value for people who actually go through the college system for something that specifically needs college degree. And this is a beautiful gesture nonetheless. A Massachusetts high school senior heading to Harvard has asked that a $40,000 scholarship she earned be given, that she earned, and she got this scholarship, and she's trying to get it given to a student who needs it more. Verda Tete, sorry for mispronouncing the young lady's name, will be attending the once prestigious Harvard University in the fall as a full-on scholarship, but she knows how community college can change someone's life, as her mother attended one at 39. So when she won an additional 40 grand scholarship from her high school from her high school at last week's graduation ceremony that could be used for her expenses, the 17-year-old asked that it be given to someone who's attending community college, which for community college, that money's going to go a lot further and probably, well, actually, I don't know how community colleges are now, but there's a good chance of being able to get someone through all 4 years, depending on the school, obviously. I'm very grateful for this, but I also know that I am not the one who needs this the most, she told the graduation attendees. And knowing my mom went to community college and how much that was helpful, I would be grateful if the administration would consider giving the General Excellence Scholarship to someone who's going to a community college. Her mother cheered for the crowd. I was just so happy. I stood up and started shouting out loud. I was afraid those in front of me would be like, why is she that loud? But I was happy with her decision. She told CBS News. That's a very cool thing. She's paying, the fact she's obviously a smart cookie that she was able to get a full ride at Harvard. So she's a smart cookie in and of herself. Or at least, say what you will about the education system, but very, very, very smart to be able to do that. And she's giving a scholarship. She could take it and add it to her expenses, but no, she rather really pay for someone else to go to college. Someone else will be able to go to college who maybe wouldn't have and would have had to struggle. And this is a really cool gesture. So 12 to 35K is your average 2-year degree in community college. She knows 40K will be worth 25K by next year. Already is. She might be better to stay in the community college, but it's a nice thing to do. Well, she's already she already has a full ride so far. I'll dive the dark side, see if there's a slang term for exhibitionism. Probably is. Very prevalent. Yeah, this is a huge thing. Very prevalent here in England. Most politicians are owned by the time they leave local government. It's the only way to progress. It absolutely is. unfortunately, in this wicked ass world. And let's see. What LOL, the student quit college and bought a Bitcoin instead. Now's the time to buy it. I hope it goes up. Jesus, I'm taking the bad for Bitcoin. Actually, a Voltech would be the best choice. Yeah, a vocational tech degree. But I don't know if she could want to be a doctor or a physicist or something that needs a college degree. She's a very smart girl, clearly. And, you know, I'm not a pro college guy. I think that's obvious. But I still think it's a nice gesture. It just shows that people do give and care about one another. And shows that, you know, people care. So somebody else gets a chance to go to college, and that's a cool thing, especially because they don't have to pay for it. And this scam of these college degrees, it's a complete scam, unfortunately. Complete scam. But that is the end of the show. Again, this is really went quick. Yeah, I would be rich if I bought Bitcoin instead of doing community college. I think we all would. Wanted to be a marine biologist, but I'm addicted to eating daily. I see. Yeah. I mean, you could fast, but that's not recommended. In any event, time for the music. Hopefully you hear it. Bottom is going to fall out of this crazy much longer. If I could buy a Bitcoin, a really hard asset, I would. I have some Bitcoin, which I'm hoping it bounces back, some gold and some crypto. I would suggest if you can get anything, silver is also something you should maybe look into. The Wake Down says it's a great stream. Snort the Poopus, that's just a horrible addiction. Yeah, kind of a fan of eating. In any event, we had a lot of people in the chat. Started off pretty slow, but a lot of people got it. Yep, music. Okay, it's heard. Snort the Poopus, thank you. Wake Down, thank you. Isn't the girl with hot new shots? I appreciate it. Darius Munchausen, always appreciate it. Just another red shirt. He's not just another red shirt. He's the red shirt. Bullets are indeed a hard asset. Wake Down, and I need to invest in some. Vezarel also showed up. Rajesh Taylor. Mike Beats Dix was lurking and working, and I appreciate it. Who else showed up? I always want to get everyone I can to. It stops at the top. Oh yeah, who knew the soft must flow? How can I forget that? I know Fimra was also here. Fimra the Ice Wolf is also here for a little bit. Is that it? Wookiee Lives Matter. How can I forget about Wookiee Lives Matter? They of course they do. Brightest Day, who's working on this stream, and obviously also probably lurking. And so check out Brightest Day stream. Check out Wookiee Lives Matter if you haven't already. And that is as oh wait, I almost forgot that 70s rock fan, which I probably forgot when he showed up, and I apologize. The chat sometimes moves on me, and so blame my head, not my heart, if I forgot your name, because I know a lot of people showed up. If you like the video, please like the video. Yeah, Strength and Honor. I forgot about the Strength and Honor. I need to show more Strength and Honor, Rajesh. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Good night and God bless. Peace out.